All right, one thing I forgot to mention in the last video is that if you do this experiment many times, one of the ways to look at the results is to compute a histogram of the number of vehicles in each location on each day. And so I've got a snapshot here of what that might look like. So given that we've run our experiment simulating rental cars moving between Orlando and Tampa, 1,000 times or 10,000 times, we could look at how often after day one did we have each number of vehicles. And you'll notice here, we started with 5,000 vehicles in Orlando. After one day, it looks like the average number is around 3,600 vehicles. But once in a while, we had as many as 3,700. Other times, we had as few as somewhere between below 3,500 in Orlando. And then Tampa, we also get a nice distribution here. And as time goes on, you'll notice that that distribution changes. So it looks like the middle of the distribution after one day is 3,600. After 2 days, it is 3,200. After 5 days, it's 3,000. And after 20 days, it's somewhere around 3,000 still. And so it seems like it's settled down by that point. And then for Tampa, of course, same thing happens, only in reverse. We are increasing the average number, and it looks like it's approaching 4,000, which, if you recall, was indeed the fixed point that we found when we studied both the deterministic model and the Markov chain. But the nice thing about this is you can look at the frequencies of other events. And so if our concern is that we need to have more than, say, 2,000 cars in Orlando, notice that out of our 1,000 simulations, that never happened. We always had more than 2,000 cars in Orlando. So what that suggests is we really have nothing to worry about if that's our concern. After 20 days, there's almost no chance that we're ever going to have less than 2,000 vehicles. It's astronomically small. And even if we think that we need to have more than 2,800 vehicles in Orlando, we're still can be very confident that that's not a concern. On the other hand, if we say that we need more than 2,900 cars, then we're a little bit closer to the edge. And so it did happen a few times that we ended up with less than 2,900 vehicles in Orlando after 20 days. And then it would be a matter of assessing that risk, whether that was small enough that we're willing to ignore it, or whether it's large enough that we should do something to try to reduce it. All right, so we'll stop there and look at some more examples in the next video.